Alright y'all, what I'll be doing is a video review of the Axcel Armortech HD sight. The HD stands for harmonic dampener, which you can see right here. It's installed in the sight to dissipate any vibration that's transferred to the sight from the bow when the bow is shot. The sight is made from fully machined aluminum. All screws, including the screws that are used to mount the sight to the bow, are stainless steel screws. You can see even stainless steel little set screws in here as well to prevent rust during moist weather. When you mount the sight on your bow, these two screws right here are used to adjust your second axis, so that way you can make sure the sight's square on the bow. In addition to that, you can go one step further with this little level, which moves back and forth just enough that you can actually set your third axis once you get it on the bow. Next thing we'll talk about is this sight can be used as toolless. I use it basically when you go to sight it in. It has micro adjustable gang adjustments for up and down, left and right, and the gang adjustment means actually moving the whole house by itself, the whole housing by itself. What you do is loosen this up. Now I ain't gonna take this apart, but in here's a screw, and down inside of machined into this is a little pre-drilled hole that contains a spring and a stainless steel metal bearing. On the bottom side of these little caps right here are little indentions that are machined in all the way around, and as you turn it, it just moves from indention to indention, which is really nice. That way it's very precise. Say you want to just move it a little bit at a time, you can actually count how many clicks you move over or up and down as well, just like that, whenever you're trying to sight it in. Let me snug these back up real quick and just tighten that down just enough to get rid of some of the rattle. Alright, so like I said, micro gang adjustable. Next we'll move on to the pins themselves. The pins come in a variety of configurations. You can actually order the sight custom, however many pins you want, what size you want. I believe up to 7. Well, the pins are made of fiber optics that are fully encased. Let's see if it'll focus right here. Fully encased in these stainless steel tubes. The fiber optics then run back underneath this aluminum piece right here and are fully encased from the pin base itself and this plastic tubing which wraps around here. This protects it from the pin all the way to the end of it. In addition to that, this is all covered up by this nice hard piece of plastic to prevent any damage to the fiber optics. And as you can see that the pins, I mean, if I were out in the sun it'd be even brighter, but just in here with this little bit of daylight coming through the window, you can see how bright the pins are. Alright, the pins themselves are actually micro adjustable. You can look in here and you can see, you know, the little Allen screws that you have in here to adjust the pins. Now what I'll usually do is I'll loosen up all 5 of them, and when you turn this, you only want to make at least about 2 turns. Axcel recommends 1, I recommend 2, because how it works is there's actually 2 steel rods with this screw running through it. So basically there's 2 tracks that these pins run on. Alright, let me loosen these up real quick. Now, alright, set that one and loosen up that one. Okay, now the adjustment knob is right down here. Now what happens is when you loosen them screws, there's a cam on each pin, and the cam actually disengages from the screw, so you can see that the pins move up and all the pins move down. What I like to do is get the top pin set where you want it and tighten it down. You then I come in and I move it. I leave the remaining 4 pins loose, and what it does is bring all the other 4 pins up as close as you can possibly get them. Now once you got that done, when I go to sight it in, I actually leave the bottom 4 pins loose. Of course the top one's set in place, and then I move all 4 pins down until I get the second pin set. Sorry about that. Once I get the second pin set, I snug it down and move on to the next 3 pins. Once you get the next pin set, screw that down, and then your bottom 2, you can see the bottom one tends to move a little faster than the fourth one. The fifth one pin actually moves a little faster than the fourth one, but you can actually see the space getting bigger right here to get that fifth pin down to where, or the fourth pin down to where you need it. Once you get it down there, snug it in, and then your fifth pin, you know, you move it by itself. You can move it up or down, and once you get it set where you want it to, then you just snug that pin down. Like I said, this is a great sight. It's built really robust. I like that it has the micro gang adjustable. Also that each pin is micro adjustable. In addition to that, the sight head is actually threaded down here to accept the sight light, as well as being threaded on the back side of the house and to accept the lens with a retainer clip or a hood to prevent glare. Like I said, I know this sight is rather expensive, but for the features you get out of it, it's a really good sight, and it's, like I said, it's a really well built sight. Axcel did a really good job when they did this, or should I say Trueball, who owns Axcel. Well, I hope you liked the review. The main reason I did the video is because I couldn't find one prior to buying this sight, so I figured I would put one out there just in case anybody else is thinking about buying this sight and wondering, you know, about the sight before they purchase it. Hope this video helps y'all. Sorry about the production and the southern drawl, something I just can't help. Hope y'all like it. Alright, bye.